Hey guys, what's going on? This is me, Son here, and today I'm going to be talking about Asuka Langley from Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is my psychoanalysis on her. So, Asuka might be the most, I would say, Shinji's an infinitely interesting character, but Asuka is right up there with him as far as just how complex and interesting she is and how deep you can go with her. And she is essentially his other half. I believe that Asuka and Shinji are both twin flames, two souls in one body, and I actually would love to do a video on that. There's a great video on it. Actually, it's been off on it for about, a year and a half. You guys go check that out if you just want to go on YouTube and check out Neon Genesis Evangelion analysis. It's a great video. But to really understand Asuka, you gotta look at Shinji and see her just has I guess you can not the exact opposite of her, but just a different version. I'm sorry, not exact opposite of him, a different version of him. And what I mean by that is, so you got Shinji, who I talked about last time. He's afraid of the world. He clearly lacks some confidence because he's directed everything that's happened to him in his life inside. He's just, it's kind of made him develop a avoidant personality disorder, antisocial disorder, just overall fear of what other people think. Asuka, on the other hand, with what happened with her mom basically becoming a doll, lifeless, soulless being, because of what she did, and her mom ridiculing Asuka and then dying on Asuka. Asuka took all of that and directed it outwards into the world, and she can only trust herself. She has a great deal of confidence. She can only trust herself, but her problem is she can't trust anybody else. She fundamentally doesn't seem to really want to connect with anybody else. In part she does, because I would say Asuka is split, and since the one strong aspect of her does not want to connect, does not want to be around people. The other part does actually want love. I would say that's her biggest desire would be she wants love. She wants to be loved. While Shinji, I would say, wants someone to love. She wants to be loved, which is one of the reasons why they're heavily shipped, and I actually ship them myself because they would actually really help each other out if they were able to get together and really fully self-actualize. They kind of, in a way, do deserve each other. So, Asuka, in many ways, you can maybe even say she's a deconstruction of Mary Sue. She graduated she graduated college at 14. She can play the violin. She's one of the few people in the whole series 5. She's one of the 5 people. She was the third person to pilot an Ava, which is an extremely unique talent. She's the best pilot, just according to Sync. So obviously Shinji's an overall better pilot, obviously. She is beautiful. She's the main character's love interest. She's just kind of kicks ass. But at the same time, when you go into Asuka and you see her, you really see the broken core of her. You really see that, she's just someone who had a fucked up childhood and wants to be loved and just kind of wants to be able to feel good about herself. So what her biggest issue is she doesn't have really any self-love or self-acceptance, and she just lives off of validation from others. You can say a lot of women do this, but she does it in a way that's even more unhealthy than almost, not just women, people do this too, but I'd say women are maybe more guilty of this than guys, but in a way that's just super unhealthy. And I say she's a borderline. She has borderline personality disorder, and nice symptoms of that, and I believe they really, really do mesh up with what she is, or just follow fear of abandonment, unstable relationships. So fear of unstable relationships, you can just, as for anyone who's watched the series, you see as the series goes on, we learn about her that part of the thing is you can tell she just fears being abandoned because her mom abandoned her. So now she can't. That's the biggest thing. One of the biggest, if not the biggest reason why she can't trust anybody. And it goes to number 2 that she can't. She has unstable relationships. Like she doesn't really have any relationships in Evangelion when you really dig into it. Shinji and her have potential, but because it just never went through because of her. She never kind of had a relationship with Misato, yeah, but it didn't go as deep as it could have. Nowhere near. Didn't have a relationship with Ray. She had a friend in high school. I'm forgetting her name right now, but that's probably about it. No real relationship with Kaji. No relationship with Gendo whatsoever. And she just didn't have unclear, unstable self-image for sure. When I was talking about Freud, I remember I mentioned her she's a superhero. She's straight up a superhero. She goes. This is what makes her, I think, the most relatable. I'd say I relate to Misato more just because I watched this series as an adult. She's 29 and I'm 25, and I watched it at 24. But I'd say Asuka, just emotionally speaking, she just has some of the most human aspects to her of any of the characters in Evangelion, outside maybe Shinji, and in the sense that she goes after her unauthentic desires. And the thing is, she has these demons inside of her. She doesn't even realize what she's doing. She's doing this all at a subconscious level, which is the genius of this character. She's not. She has all these negative feelings inside of her, all this bad karma inside of her, and all this hate that she can't just let go when she sees in the world. She doesn't see the world as a good place at all. But she doesn't realize that this is all affecting her every single day. She just can't. She can't like sit by herself and have a moment of peace. She's just always kind of caught up into this horrible headspin. And she's impulsive, self-destructive, which is number 4 on this BPD. Yes, she tries to kill herself. She does a lot. She's sexually impulsive. She's sexually impulsive too. Self-harm. Yeah, well, self-explanatory. She tried to kill herself. Extreme emotional swings. That is Asuka to a T. Yeah, she sometimes when you see her, sometimes she can be happy sometimes, and then like that, she's angry over some little incident that happened. She got super depressed pretty quickly as well, to the point of suicidal. She that whole ass thing when in the psychoanalysis episode, not the last two, but when she had her breakdown, she was looking at 3 aspects of herself, infinite loop. I think that shows her emotional swings. Her biggest emotional swings. She can kind of be this nice, lovely looking girl. She's gonna be this kind of conniving little bitch, and then she's gonna be super angry. And then she was crying while she was watching that. So 4. And chronic feelings of emptiness. Yes, this character fits that to 100% to a T. She feels empty quite often. It's pretty obvious to see. That's her biggest thing, is that one of the reasons why she just can't seem to get over herself when she has those issues is that without her accomplishments, without being a great Eva pilot, she just feels empty. She has nothing else to hang on to. She has nobody to hang on to. And this is the issue with basically this, not getting your needs met. Asuka has, and everyone in Evangelion has this, but Asuka probably to the most extreme, where she has these unmet needs that manifest in a way that's really just leading her life to, it also goes at number 4 too, just making her life it's just making her self-destruction, and it's just making her feel empty. Explosive anger, don't need you to explain that. That's Asuka. And feelings of suspicious or out of touch reality. And yes, this is one of the biggest things about Asuka. Probably top 3 easily is that she can't accept reality. With Shinji, even though he might seem weak on the outside, on the inside, because he doesn't hate everything and everyone, he to a certain extent actually accepts reality. He accepts it more so than Asuka, for sure. He actually can accept reality for what it is. Where Asuka is upset at everything. She sees the world as evil. She sees people as evil. She sees everything as not her fault. And most of the stuff that happens to her really isn't her fault. But because of that, she can't really truly accept reality. She can't accept these negative parts of reality that are outside of her control. And that's that's what really leads to the tragedy. She can't really she starts having issues with Ava Pilot, and her soul of her mom anyway gets into her head and starts doing that whole sync thing or whatever it was in that episode. She couldn't. That's why she tried to kill herself after that, because she couldn't accept that happened. That she was that vulnerable in a situation. She couldn't really accept that she was just felt so naked. And that it was horrible. The whole thing with her mom. That's why she turned everything out to the world. She couldn't accept that happened. That's the biggest thing with Asuka. If she just had more self-approval and more self-love, then she would have succeeded. She would have been great. Well, thank you for listening to this. And if you like this, please like it. Or comment, subscribe. Check out my web novel, Orange and Blue. Check out my art store, Manga Art US. Check out my Patreon page for some awesome rewards. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Thank you, and you have a great night.